Good evening, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Terror Radio Podcast. If this is your first time joining me, then welcome. This is a podcast dedicated in bringing you the best of horror and thriller, old-time radio broadcasts, as well as original stories. I'm your host, Keith, aka the Radio Show Nerd, and tonight's episode is entitled Visitors from, well, you'll get the gist of it once you hear these two stories. So, without further ado, this is Terror Radio. The two radio series highlighted tonight are The Hall of Fantasy and Lights Out. Our first radio play is called Out of the Sky, and it was first broadcasted on Hall of Fantasy, April 30th, 1953. Following that is the radio play Meteor Man, and this was first broadcasted on Lights Out, June 16th, 1937. So, you all know the drill. Sit back, turn down the lights, and listen to Out of the Sky, followed by Meteor Man.
The Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the Hall of Fantasy. Welcome to the series of radio dramas dedicated to the supernatural, the unusual, and the unknown. Come with me, my friends. We shall descend to the world of the unknown and forbidden, down to the depths where the veil of time is lifted and the supernatural reigns as king. Come with me and listen to the tale of Out of the Sky.
Certainly, there is in all the vastness of the universe many worlds on which intelligent life has developed. Watch the sky on a clear night, and there you will see flickering in the darkness of Earth's night 1,000 suns stronger than ours, and the satellites of these suns will be invisible to us. And the fraction of the universe we see will seem immense, and we will be in awe of it. Already men's minds have turned to the stillness of space. Already his thirst for knowledge has led him in imagination on many an expedition into space. The most primary things we know. But there remains a world, a universe of things we don't know. And if there is life in other worlds, how advanced is it? How much farther have they progressed than have we? Why would it not be possible for them to learn the secret of space travel long before we were even close to the answer?
I wonder who that can be.
I'll get it. Yes. Well, that's strange.
Who is it, dear?
No one. There's no one out here at all. I don't know if somebody...
What's the matter? What's the...
Fasten your safety belts. Fasten your safety belts. Here's the last of those reports, Jeff.
I can't understand it, Tom. A man and his wife who died, an airplane that crashed, several people killed in their cars, and several mysterious explosions. I just can't understand it.
Sabotage, maybe.
I don't think so. Sabotage involves destruction of a country's production potential, propaganda, that kind of thing. These people who died in their cars, the man and wife they found dead in their home, that's not sabotage. They don't work that way.
Why is it happening then?
I don't know. That's what's almost driving me crazy. These people have died, except in the smash-ups. There isn't a mark on them. Nothing to show how they died. No clues, nothing at all.
One thing. Do you notice how this has all been centered in one section of the country?
Yes, in the southeast, not far from the Atlantic coast.
Mm-hmm. And around this one town, right here on the map. One isolated town.
There's a report here I didn't show you, Tom.
No? What is it?
Came in a short while ago. Traces of radioactivity have been found at each scene of disaster.
Radioactivity?
That's correct. Carlson here. Yes, Tom Dakin's in here right now. It has us puzzled too, Major. No, we haven't learned anything else. Yes, sir. Yes, I understand. Goodbye. That was Major Williams.
So I gathered.
He wants us to go down there.
Oh, when?
Just as soon as possible. He says he's pretty sure this isn't sabotage. That he thinks there's something far more terrible than that in back of it. Tom Dakin and I got reservations on the first plane out. For reasons of security, after the first few reports, a censorship had been placed on any further news from the disaster area. We landed at one of the southeastern coastal cities and took a train the rest of the way. Another hour, we'll be there, Tom.
Yes, I know.
Why so gloomy?
Well, we don't know what we're fighting. What's behind everything that's happened?
That's what we're supposed to find out.
Yes, I know. And that's what I'm afraid of.
As soon as we reached the town, we got in touch with the local authorities. They took us on a tour of some of the disaster sites. We finally wound up at the lone house where the man and his wife had died. By that time, it was 9 o'clock at night.
The chief said he'd wait out in the car for us.
He's probably tired of seeing these places.
The chalk lines on the floor show where they found the bodies.
And these pictures show us the position they were in.
Yes, but they don't tell us anything.
Let's check the radioactivity. Use your Geiger counter.
Right. And that's radioactive, all right. Move over a little closer to where the bodies were lying. Jeff!
Yes?
What did they say the reading was before?
2.
Well, something's crazy then. This reading is 4.3.
What?
That's right.
That must mean the radioactivity is increasing.
But how?
I don't know if that answer any more than... Listen.
What do you hear?
Turn that Geiger counter off.
Right.
Now, do you hear it?
Yes. Like a high-frequency hum.
Where's it coming from?
You tell me. What's that?
Sounds like an explosion from outside.
Come on, we better see what it was. Tom. Yes, I see it.
Where that police car was waiting for us. There's nothing there now but a pile of smoking metal.
We'll return to the tale of Out of the Sky in just a moment. Back now to the Hall of Fantasy and the tale of Out of the Sky.
Tom Dakin and I had been inspecting the house of the couple who had mysteriously been killed. Outside, a car waited for us. Suddenly, we had heard a strange humming sound of a high frequency. And then we had heard the explosion outside. We ran outside only to discover that the police car was a mass of smoking wreckage. Tom, there's nothing left but a pile of smoking metal.
Yes, I see it. What could have happened?
I don't know.
We'd better send a wire to Williams and get him out here. I don't like the looks of this.
We got back to the hotel as soon as we could. We decided to call Williams when they got there, but upon arrival we discovered that Williams had sent us a wire saying he would join us just as soon as possible. He came in on the noon train the following day.
Well, there he is, Jeff.
Let's go meet him.
Right. Oh, he sees us.
Worried.
Good to see you, Carlson.
Dakin, anything wrong, sir?
Let's get out of here. I'll tell you then. Have you seen all the places where the accidents took place? All of them. There's something strange about that, Major.
What do you mean? You must mean the radioactivity, Tom.
That's right. Major, those early reports mentioned radioactivity.
Yes, I know.
The original reading was less than 2. Now it's 4.3.
What?
That's right.
And I might as well tell you what I know. We've received a report from an airline pilot about a strange ship.
Oh?
Yes, that's right. According to what he said, it didn't look like anything he'd ever seen before. That there wasn't a silhouette of any ship on Earth that looked like what he saw.
What did it look like?
It was circular in design.
Like...
Yes, that's right.
We told you about what happened last night.
Yes. It's a good thing you weren't in that car.
Who are they?
Visitors from out of the sky, Dick.
Out of the sky?
Out of space, if you prefer.
And you believe the pilot's story?
Yes, I do.
But why did they come here?
Well, they're not friendly. We're sure of that. And they're concentrating on this area. That means their ship is somewhere around here. We have to find that ship. No matter what the cost, it and they must be destroyed.
Late afternoon, a battalion of troops had moved into the area. They were kept out of the town proper, so as not to frighten the citizens. Another battalion would arrive the following morning, and then would begin the long search to locate the mysterious visitors from out of the sky. About 7:30 that evening, Tom Dakin went out to visit some of the places where the accidents had occurred. We had set up camp with the troops on the edge of town. It was 9 o'clock when he returned.
Yes? Major Williams.
What is it, Tom?
Look, I went out to where some of those automobile crashes took place.
Yes?
I took the Geiger counter along.
What happened?
The reading's up again. It's over 5.
Did you check just one site?
No. 3 of them. The reading's over 5 in each place, and one of them was close to 6.
It means that radioactivity is increasing.
But why?
And another thing, the area of radioactivity seems to be spreading.
Spreading?
That's right. Jeff and I checked them yesterday. Now, one of the officials with us said the area seemed larger than it was before. Tonight I discovered it was larger than it had been yesterday, and I'll lay even odds it'll increase by tomorrow.
Come here a minute. I have a map here with every site in which an accident occurred. Let's take a look at it.
For one thing, all those little marks you have on that map seem to be in a definite pattern.
Yes, I noticed that earlier.
Look, the whole town is encircled by these spots.
And they seem to be spaced at regular intervals throughout the town, too.
And they spread.
What did you say, Major?
Each of those little spots you see in the map represents a radioactive area, Carlson. A radioactive area that is spreading all the time. It's like a fire. See how the town is ringed with those little spots? And see how they're spaced inside the town? The area of radioactivity is moving in from outside the town, and from those spots inside, it will spread and move out. Spread like a fire until the whole town is nothing but a mass of radioactivity.
And the people must be evacuated.
That's right, just as soon as possible.
Major Williams, someone to see you, sir. I told me you're the man I should see. Major Williams?
Yes.
My name's Kincaid. I own a farm about 15 miles from
What
here.
did you want to see me about, Mrs. Kincaid?
I'm a spinster, Major. It's missed.
I'm sorry.
Well, you shouldn't stand on ceremony, I guess. I saw something funny I think you ought to know about.
For heaven's sakes, what is it?
I got a lot of property, Major, and there's a lot of woods on it. I was out this evening just walking around the place. I like to do that, you know. I was walking down near the South 40. That's where the woods is the thickest. And I heard a queer humming sound.
Like a high-frequency hum?
I don't know what frequency it was. It was just a hum. I didn't know what it was, but I walked into the woods anyway. And then I saw it.
What did you see?
Funniest looking thing I ever saw in my life. Big and round. And it glowed. Seemed to be surrounded by a circle of glowing light. Looked like a ship of some kind. Kind you might imagine would be a spaceship.
Will you take us out there?
That's what I came for.
This may be the thing we've been looking for. Come on.
We took a jeep, and the four of us drove through the night to Miss Kincaid's farm. Even she was silent as we drove out there. And the thought uppermost in our minds was, what would we find out there? Who were they? And what did they look like?
I never been so bruised in all my life.
Oh, is that the woods up there?
That's right.
I don't see anything up there.
Oh, the trees are too thick. Can't see a thing till we get inside the woods. There's a clearing near the center of them.
Well, this is as far as we can go. All right. Let's go.
Well, I'll lead the way. You just follow me.
She's not making all this up.
I don't think she is. Fits in too perfectly with what we know.
Yes, you're right, Major.
Yes, I hear it.
It ain't far now.
Look up there. They're seems to be some light.
That must be it. Strange kind of light, like a phosphorescent glow.
It's getting stronger.
Getting very close to it.
Yes. There it is.
Well, what do you think of it?
It's just like you said, Miss Kincaid.
Want to go up close and get a good look?
Don't be a fool. The thing is surrounded by a radioactive circle. If we stepped into that band of phosphorescence, we'd be dead within a matter of minutes. It's frightening. Sitting there, something completely alien to this world. Not only alien to this world, Dakin, but bent on its destruction.
You are listening to the tale of Out of the Sky on this week's journey down the corridors of the Hall of Fantasy. We'll return to our story in just a moment. And now, back to our story. An original tale of fantasy featuring Everett Clark and Carl Grayson entitled Out of the Sky.
The four of us stood there at the edge of the clearing. Before us loomed a circular disc, surrounded by a band of eerie luminescence.
Put the Geiger counter on, Tom. Right, Major. Oh, move a little closer.
Don't go any farther, Tom.
No, I won't.
There's no danger. Look, I'll walk right into it.
Stop, don't go in there.
There's no danger.
Stop her. Wait a minute. Look.
There's no danger. Not to me.
Do you see what's happening?
The sight that frightens you? We are far ahead of you, Earthmen. I was sent here to
Discover how progressed you Earthmen were, and I find that you are barbarians. I am supposed to return to my planet and report on what I have found. Now I discover that I alone can conquer you. I can even assume your shapes. Prepare to meet your doom, Earthmen.
I can hardly believe my eyes. It went into that phosphorescence and then it dissolved before us. And something seemed to float there with no body, no clear outline as to its form.
It said, prepare to meet your doom.
Listen. Quickly. Get back as far as you can. Are you all right, Tom? I'm coming. All right, drop down on the ground. And don't pray that we're far enough away. Listen. Taking off. How fast it's traveling.
It's gone.
No. I don't believe it's gone. I believe that it will land somewhere close by here. Look. The phosphorescent glow is gone. The minute the ship took off, it disappeared. And I'm willing to stake my life in the fact that all the places that showed increasing signs of radioactivity are completely safe now. There should be no signs of it until that ship returns. And it will return. Believe me, it will.
As soon as we got back to the camp, we sent details out to ascertain whether Major Williams' surmise was correct. It was. Every place which had shown traces of radioactivity had lost it. For the moment, we were safe.
Do you think it's gone back to wherever it came from, Major? I don't.
And you think it will strike again? Somewhere else?
Not somewhere else, Carlson. It will return to this area.
Why?
The preliminary operations were begun here, Jeff. Evidently, that ship must be on the ground in order for it to increase the radioactivity in those areas which it has already struck. The minute it leaves the ground contact, the radioactivity circuit is broken. It will have to return to reactivate those circuits. And we'll know when it returns when those spots show signs of renewed radioactivity.
But why would they want to conquer us, Major Williams? Why not come as friends?
Perhaps they believe that we'd be hostile to any friendly overtures. I don't know. Maybe they're ruled by a party that wants to conquer planets, just as we've sometimes been ruled by men who wanted to conquer nations.
The visitor said we were barbarians.
In relation to their technological advancement, perhaps we are. But I think that gives us our one chance of defeating him.
How?
I think he's underestimated us. Underestimated our weapons. He landed here in a rural section of the country. He doesn't realize the weapons we do have at our command. And that may be our trump card.
Major Williams sent out a rush order for new troops, as many as possible. By noon the next day, an airlift had been set up, and every few minutes saw the arrival of new planes pouring out their cargoes of men and equipment. Special guards were placed at each one of the points where radioactivity had been charted, with orders that if one of them should show signs of renewed radioactivity, the guard was to contact the command post at once. It was the evening of the second day after the ship had blasted off. Carlson here. Yes. Yes, I understand. Yes. Move away from the center of the danger point. That's right.
The ship has returned?
Yes.
You'd better get the area commanders ready. That's what I'm going to do. Major Williams, to all area commanders, put Plan A into operation. At the first sight of the ship, notify me, then the Air Command. They know what to do.
Reports came in from each guard post that signs of radioactivity had reappeared. From where we were, we could hear the reconnaissance planes taking off. The whole camp had suddenly roused itself from the lethargy of waiting to a concerted drive to find the enemy and destroy it. Carlson here. You have? Where? Yes, I have it. Get in touch with Air Command right away. They found it.
Where?
You'd never believe it. The ship has returned to that cleared area in the woods.
Probably thought we never looked there. Let's get up there. We've got to make sure our men are back far enough. What we're going to drop is the most powerful weapon in the world.
Yes, Major. The men have all been ordered back beyond the danger point.
Good. I wonder if the thing inside that ship knows. Yes, I think it does know. Why doesn't that plane get here?
The sound is getting stronger.
Maybe this is a trap. Maybe that thing knew what we'd do. Perhaps it can destroy everything in this area for miles around. Maybe that was the reason we were allowed to live, so that we could bring in reinforcements. It can destroy 100,000 in this. I hear the plane. They only get here in time. What if it blasts off? Then we've lost. The first and only battle we'll be allowed to have. They've dropped the bomb. Duck down.
We've done it, Major. We've done it.
The ship was destroyed completely. I believe that the bomb was dropped just in time. A few seconds longer, and all of us in this area would have been destroyed.
He said that they were waiting for his report. If he doesn't return, will they come looking for him?
Perhaps. Then again, they may think that we're stronger than they are. Who can tell what will happen? Perhaps the future may bring other visitors, and they may be friendly. Then again, they may be our enemies. We can't tell what will come from out of the sky.
Ironized Yeast presents Lights Out. Everybody.
It is later than you think.
Lights Out brings you stories of the supernatural and the supernormal, dramatizing the fantasies and the mysteries of the unknown. We tell you this frankly, so if you wish to avoid the excitement and tension of these imaginative plays, we urge you calmly but sincerely to turn off your radio now.
My name, Arch Obler. Tonight, a story I enjoyed writing for you because, well, frightening as the thought may be, it could happen.
And furthermore, I might speak frankly, my dear Diane, the basic thing wrong with woman is her nose. Let's cut it off.
Russell Adams.
Then there's the matter of her ears. Look at them.
Well?
They're too obvious. Cut them off, too.
No nose, no ears. Oh, a fine art critic you turned out to be.
Oh, is this thing odd?
Russ Adams, I hate you. I think it's the best piece of sculpture I've ever done.
Egomaniac.
Oh, will you go away?
Not until I tell my wife how much I adore her. How about stopping the artistic endeavors for the night and romancing with the old man?
Any night.
Come on. Out on the veranda. There's a moon.
Spoken as Professor Russell J. Adams, instructor of astronomy at our beloved university.
I don't know a single scientific fact about this moon. It's a special satellite built entirely for romance.
Then it's a date.
After you, fair Diane? Why do you laugh?
Just thinking it's a good thing we haven't any neighbors, or they'd think we were honeymooning.
10 years and 2 more weeks.
Sweet.
Why?
For remembering.
Where the sign?
Oh, it's such a lovely night.
Yes. You're very lovely with the moonlight in your hair.
Darling.
335 days out of the year, moonlight to me is just a reflected light of the sun. A light interesting only that it may be analyzed spectroscopically. But these 30 days of our vacation, Diane, oh, what a magical change. It's a soft lover's moon hanging in the heavens only to brighten your loveliness.
Oh, and people wonder why I can't get excited about Ronald Coleman.
Coleman? Who's he?
Spoken like a true professor. He's a motion picture star. An absolute paragon of romance.
Oh, well, perhaps I shouldn't neglect my movie-going. Oh, so much I mean. With such paragons to teach one.
You do all right. Oh, Russell.
What's the matter?
I saw the brightest shooting star.
Is that all? The way you gasp, I thought you saw the angel of death himself galloping over those meadows.
There's another one. Look, Russell.
My dear, for 11 months out of the year, the heavens have my full and undivided attention. Oh, but during this blessed month, let the heavens fall. I can't be bothered.
I never saw such bright shooting stars.
Yes, and another thing, my dear. As the wife of an accredited professor of astronomy, I think it no more than fitting that you give the phenomena that you observed its proper name, namely the fall of a meteor.
There's another one. And another. Oh, Russ, how bright and beautiful.
They travel at such a tremendous rate, the friction of our atmosphere burns them into a fiery vapor.
There's more of them. Look, one after the other. I've never seen so many shooting stars. I mean so many meteors in all my life. Oh, so that's why you wanted me out here. You knew about this meteor shower, didn't you?
It's one of heaven's free spectacles in this constellation. Every 3 years, and this happens to be the 3rd year.
How frightening.
Why frightening?
Those great masses of stone and iron coming from who knows where in interstellar space, traveling millions and millions of miles and then going up in such glorious flame just as they reach the end of their journey.
Not all goes to flame. Hundreds of them strike the earth each year.
Well, Russell, there's no danger.
Oh, no. The probabilities of being struck on the head by that cosmic rubbish is about 1,000 times more remote than winning a sweepstake without buying a ticket.
Well, look. That one. The brightest of all.
Wait, Diane. What's that?
I don't know. Something from
Look
the
up.
sky. It's shooting star.
Look out, Diane!
Russ.
All right, dear. Everything's all right.
What? How?
A meteor. You must have landed out in the field there. Here, let me help you. You all right, dearest?
Yes, I'm all right. Russ, where are you going?
Out there. Where it must have buried itself. Wait here. I'll be right back.
No, I'm going with you.
All right, if you want to. Oh, Diane, what an experience we've had. The one chance in a million I spoke about almost occurred to us.
But Russ, was it really a shooting star? That explosion like a bombshell?
A bombshell of the universe.
What will we find out there?
A fragment of the meteorite.
But it'll burn.
No. All of its heat will have been dissipated. Then again, it may have exploded into 1,000 minute pieces. I pray to heaven that it hasn't.
I'm afraid.
No. The danger's all over. Here. The moon's so bright. If any of the mass landed, I should be able to find the torn ground where it smashed through the turf.
Oh, please, darling, let's wait until morning.
No, I must find the thing at once. The moon gives plenty of light. From the brightness of the flash, I'm positive that the meteor landed someplace right in here. I'll tell you. Look.
What?
The turf, all torn up. This is the place.
Russell, are you mad? Get up off the ground.
Right here. It must have struck a glancing blow off the brow of the ridge. I've got it.
What?
A fragment of it. Still warm. See? No larger than a baseball. All that was left of it.
That's a meteor.
A meteorite. All that's left of the meteor that burned and exploded. What a find.
Drop it, Russ.
What are you talking
Throw
about?
it away.
Hey, come back to the house, please.
What are you going to do with it?
Diane, what's the matter with you? Your face.
I don't know. Somehow I'm afraid for all of us.
Afraid? Good heavens, my dear. There's nothing dangerous about this. A mass metal that's 90% iron. Why, it's as harmless as any inert piece of metal. Come to the study. I'll show you where the rush of air against the incandescent...
Russ, wait.
Huh?
Someone's crying.
Yes.
I'll go and see. It's Helga. Oh, Helga, you poor thing. We forgot all about you.
Oh, Mrs. Adams, it was exploding.
Now, everything's all right, Helga.
What's going on, Diane?
Oh, poor Helga. The explosion frightened her out of her wits.
Oh, Mr. Professor Adams, we die. We all die.
Don't be a
the
fool.
The fire, it come from the sky. It kill us. It kill you and me and everybody. We die. Everybody die.
Stop it. For heaven's sake, stop that.
Die.
Take care of it, Diane. Give her a sedative or something.
All right, Russell. All right now, Helga. Everything's all right.
I'm going to get at this meteorite, so please quiet the dumb fool down as quickly as you can. Superstitious idiot. Simple phenomena, and she thinks the world's ending. Simple little meteorite. Iron, a bit of nickel content. Nothing particularly unusual. Oh, Diane, quiet her down, will you?
Yes. She'll be all right.
You look a little rocky yourself. Here, sit here.
She's very frightened.
Yeah, and even you, Diane.
Well,
You've acted so strangely, as if this inert piece of cosmic metal could cause some supernatural ability.
what are you going to do with it?
Nothing. Examine it. Here, I'll take some of this nitric acid. Where's that bottle? Yeah. Now watch closely, and I'll show you that the stone consists of ordinary elements. Iron.
Russell.
What?
This mark on it. How strange.
Yeah. Funny I hadn't noticed it before.
Circles the entire stone.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised that a blow right here would break it in half. Yes, I think I'll try to do that.
No, Russ. Leave it alone.
Good heavens, Diane. Nothing but a stone. All I'm going to do is try and break it along this fissure. See, I had a hammer on this stone. Here. I wonder if the stone break. Almost solid metal. I'll try. By George, it did. Clean in half. What?
Look. What's inside?
Flesh.
Oh, Russ, how...
Negative-ray protoplasmic. No, it can't be. It can't. This is a meteor. It came from out there. There is no flesh. Nothing could live.
Russ, look.
Huh?
It's growing.
Growing?
Ladies and gentlemen, a shooting star flashes out of the sky and falls to Earth. And in it something living from out of interstellar space. Yes, this is the time to take a breath before going on with tonight's Lights Out play, the story of Professor Adams and his wife and the thing from out beyond our world. A meteorite had fallen, and Professor Adams had broken it open, and there was a gray nugget of flesh inside, which, even as the professor and his wife stood watching, began to grow.
And faster. Gray flesh. Growing. Oh, Russ, I'm afraid.
No, Diane. No. Wait. Control yourself. This is something we've got to see, both of us, calmly, so we can tell others clearly what we saw.
I'll try. Oh, Russ, keep your arm around me.
Larger and larger. Listen, the noise as it grows.
I hear it. When will it stop? When?
Look.
No, I can't. That horrible gray flesh.
But you must see it. Look. It's forming into something.
What?
A head. It's forming into a head.
Oh!
How can it be, Diane? Flesh in a meteor growing into a head.
I see it. A head. Horrible head.
Diane, you heard.
Yes.
A head without body speaking.
Yes, speaking.
Russell.
You hear and understand me.
Syphilis. Laughing.
I laugh at the fear and wonder in your simple little faces.
Who are you? What are you?
If I told you, would your little earth minds understand?
Tell us, whatever you are. Tell us what you are.
What you on earth will soon have for masters.
No, wait, Diane. I must know. You thing... what can I call you? Tell me what you mean, you... masters.
Surely you simple little men do not think that in you creation has reached the ultimate.
Oh. Gray flesh talking. I'm getting out.
You will stay.
Russ, I can't move.
Nor I.
You cannot move.
Who are you? Tell us, who are you?
You saw how I came.
A tiny bit of protoplasm in that meteorite?
So I willed myself to be, to reach your earth.
You came here in that? Through space?
Through space beyond your furthest conception, earth thing. Many of my people have tried. I am the first to succeed.
Then meteors are
the means we have used to try and reach this haven of plenty. I am the first. Now there will be others.
You're from another planet?
An old world. Old beyond your understanding. A world grown cold in its age. Empty with passing years. We must escape to a young, fertile world. This world.
But you're only heads. Heads without bodies.
Oh, Russ, I'm so afraid.
No, please. I must hear him speak. This that is happening to us is a miracle of all times. Tell me, you there, are you only heads in that world you speak of?
Heads. You see what I will you to see.
But what are you?
A mind and a will beyond your feeble understanding. As far above you as you are above the apes that still must crawl in your jungle.
But how can it be that you speak as I speak and understand what I say?
Your prattling wearies me, but I tell you this. All that you say, I know. The most profound thought any of you earth things have ever thought is to me as the babbling of children. But now I am hungry. You understand that, little thing?
Hungry?
Hungry?
Hungry with a hunger that has driven me over space without ending.
Hunger that has brought me here.
But what do you eat?
You will know.
What do you mean?
What food could there be here to fill the hunger of such as I? Hunger that would make me entomb myself in metal, flung into space in a hope that chance would bring me through the fire of that air of yours. What food? A thing.
I don't know. Tell me.
Come closer. A thing.
Oh, no.
And why, oh, no, a thing.
You don't... Human?
Human. You think you crawling worms are human to us.
But if you're man...
But we are not men. You are the cattle, and we are the keepers.
Oh.
You raise the cattle for life, and we for centuries have raised such as you on our world for life. But now, as I told you, our world has grown too old and too cold. The herds of you die, and we grow hungry. That is why I am here. We need new cattle. Here there are so many of you. Earth woman.
Russell, it spoke to me.
We've got to get out of here.
Earth woman.
No. Stop it. Don't look at me. Stop it.
Come
No.
closer.
Don't listen to him, Diane.
Closer.
No. Don't move, Diane. Stay where you are. Stay right there.
You hear only me, Earth woman.
Only you.
No, Diane. No. Don't say that. Don't look at that monster, Diane.
Closer, Diane.
Yes.
No.
Closer.
No, Diane. Stand still. Don't move toward it. Don't.
Closer,
No.
Diane.
Closer.
Monster. Not Diane. Diane, I beg of you. Don't go closer to it.
Closer.
No.
Closer.
I'll kill you. If I could only get to you.
Soon you will move to me as she is. Closer.
Diane.
Closer.
If I could move.
Closer.
Diane.
Closer.
I've got to find the way.
Closer.
The strength to stop him. Diane, you're almost... I've got to.
Closer.
That bottle. Nitric acid. The bottle. Got it. Yes, close to you, monster. Take this. Pool of flesh. Flesh. That's all. Diane, wake up. Open your eyes. I've killed the thing. I killed it.
Oh.
Diane, it's all right.
Russell.
I've killed it.
Oh.
Diane, look. Outside, it's still dark. Yes, the sky's still streaked with the Russian meteorites. And that thing said more of the monsters of his breed are trying to reach this earth to feel that devil's hunger in them. Another meteorite is just there. And in it, perhaps... Oh, Diane. Diane. Is that truly to be end for mankind?
Mr. Obler, will the end of the world come that way?
Well, Frank, if you mean will the end for mankind come out of interstellar space in the form of a flying meteor, well, there are some mighty interesting theories along that line. The amazing thing about it, Frank, is that there are so many logical and thoroughly possible ways in which the entire tribe of mankind could be wiped off the earth at any moment. I'm not talking about famine or what's close to all of us, war. I mean other ways. A star moves into our darkness from somewhere out there in the blackness of interstellar space, and the pull of its presence might turn our spinning globe headlong into the sun. In a split second, all of mankind, all his buildings, wonderful possessions, his precious little pile, would go up in a flash of fire. Or, out of the sun itself, the very source of our life, as we all know, could shoot a long stream of explosive flame that would curl around us and again, well, so quickly that no man would know what had happened. In split seconds, this earth would be a charred, uninhabited spheroid. Yes, when one stops to think what a tiny little grain of sand this haughty world of ours actually is in the dark sea of space, and when one realizes how precarious little mankind's hold is on this earth, the spectacle of man's inhumanity to man becomes a cosmic joke.
Well, all of those things are certainly interesting to think about, Mr. Obler, but tell us now what's going to happen next week.
Next week, ball's treached. No, that's not a dance. It's a story of chance. That unpredictable chance that makes one man a saint and the next man a Hitler. The flip of a coin, the turn of a card, the bend of a road. I think you'll like what we have to offer you, but as usual, next week.
Lights Out will come to you again next Tuesday at the same time. Be sure to listen to Arch Obler's weird story of Valse Triest.
It is later than you think.
This is the Columbia Broadcasting.
Well, that's the show for tonight. I want to thank you all for listening. And remember, you can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/terror1970, or you can find me on Instagram at Radio Show Nerd. I also have a YouTube channel, Terror Radio. Please check it out. Subscribe, like, and share the videos. Will be highly appreciated. Also, I want to make a correction. Out of the Sky was first broadcasted on Hollow Fantasy April 20th, 1953, not April 30th. Anywho, I'm your host, Keith, better known as the Radio Show Nerd, signing off.